You got some questions in there?
Yes.
Oh, well, you're in luck because I got some answers. Today is Q&A Friday. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. It is May 15th, and it is Q&A Friday. All right, we've got a couple of great questions that I'm just going to go through on my phone. Make life a little bit easier for everybody. And I'm just going to hit screen record, which I found out is such a handy little thing to do when you're creating these things. Screen record. Okay, first question is from Lindsay Parker on Facebook is, what's your vlog gear setup? Camera, mic type, looks amazing, keep creating. First, thanks for the compliment. Second, here's your answer. I've got a little monitor up top, which is not necessary. This is a Canon 1D Mark II, and then I've got it through this H6. And then the microphone setup is right there, and it's a Sennheiser. And then we've got two lights, one to light my face and one to light the background. Okay, so that we just saw was the office setup. This is the thing that I'm gonna take on the road when I go on the road, but obviously currently not on the road. Joby GorillaPod, good stuff. This is a Canon EOS R, it's the first version. There's new iterations of it. I wasn't sure about this camera at first because I just didn't like the ergonomics, but it's slowly growing on me. This is 16-35, and then this is the adapter, so I don't necessarily have to buy all the new lenses that fit this particular camera. And then on the top, I've got a little Rode mic just to make sure that my audio is rock solid. That's the vlog setup. Let's get back to the notes. Boom, where all the magic happens. Question one, tickety boo, who's your favorite YouTuber? Favorite YouTuber, I think over the course of time, the Casey Neistats were great, but I never really followed closely. There was Peter McKinnon, and I think my go-to right now is Gary Vaynerchuk. And I think it's because it's a blend of content, which his content creation team is rock solid, but it's really about the business and entrepreneurial mindset of Gary Vaynerchuk, which I love so much. So if you don't, check him out. Check him out. Tea with Gary V is a really good start. It's a bunch of people asking questions to Gary V in COVID-19 lockdown. He's in his house, just giving business advice and talking through concepts, ideas, and just being real, which is pretty sweet. Boom, done. Masterclass or Creative Live? So I was a Creative Live guy for a while, loved it. And then I started just really consuming a lot of YouTube content. And then just this morning, I fired up Masterclass. I think they've got some sort of a deal going on where it's 2 for 1. And listened to Sarah Blakely. Mind-bogglingly awesome. I love her content. I love what she has to say. So I'm excited to work my way through the Masterclass. It's a great way in the morning to get some positive energy just flowing through your ears into that brain of yours, and so you can start the day right. Good stuff. Boom. Which are the best earbuds? For me, these AirPod Pros, boom, they are magical. I didn't like the first version because it didn't fit in my ear. These things, magical. When I get on an airplane, these Bose are my go-to. I don't think I have the other ones in there. No, these guys, I put a link below. And then when I run in the mornings, I don't run with these because they fall out of my ears because my ears get sweaty. Whose ears get sweaty? So I have another pair of Bose, which I'll show a little screen grabby thingy of them that work really well for running, and they don't fall out. How do you stay organized? As organized as I am, I always wish I was more organized. I am anal retentive and meticulous about data, content, anything that hits my hard drives. But as I dig deeper and deeper, there's always a better way to do it. I think one of the big transitions for me was using something like Automator, which it started to get my brain and workflow in the way of keeping everything meticulously organized, down to the file names. Because as a photographer, you shoot a lot, and those files start to replicate. And so what happened was I was finding in some of my galleries, the computer was looking for an image, and I would get multiple images that popped up. And And I was like, ooh, this is gonna be bad down the line. So Automator has eliminated that for me. So I was literally going down to every day that I shot on a project, it was titled with name and date. It's a little bit boring on the front end, but worth it on the back end, because you'll never have to run into those late night problems of multiple file names matching and not matching, and should I keep this one, should I not keep that one? Sorry, I know that's a little bit boring, but it makes a big difference when you've got hundreds of thousands of images. All right, the best starter vlogging camera, decent quality. This beast right here. That is your vlogging camera. Get it out, show your face, tell some stories. Easy. Okay, where do you get all your positive energy from? London Viewpoints on Instagram. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty positive person in general. I am fueled by a lot of coffee every single morning, and I think positivity resonates better than anything else. And energy. I think that it's very much what you put out into the world and what you want to get back. I want to have energetic, positive relationships, and so therefore I'm going to put positivity and energy out there into the world. It's just who I am. What's your favorite country? Ooh, there's a lot of goodies out there, but I've got to be true to myself. The answer is Mexico. I've loved Mexico from a very young age, from traveling to it and doing a study abroad program in it. I love Mexico. I love the food, I love the people, I love the faces, I love the places, I love the food, and yeah, it's Mexico, hands down. Sorry every other country out there, but it's Mexico. Oh, boop. This is hands down the toughest question so far. When and how did you start as a photographer? I think from a very young age, I took a lot of photographs. Thank you, Mom, for printing those photographs, because it energized my joy for photography. Friends would see them, I'd put them in books, we'd share them around, and it was just this joy that I got from taking photographs and sharing them with friends, which then turned into video, and then I was making videos, and then I was putting those out, whether it was high school, college, all sorts of stuff. But then I think the jumping off point for the professional element of my career was when I packed my bags and moved to Hawaii and just said, I'm gonna do this thing. And I started making a bunch of videos for a company at that stage, which was called Turn Here, which is now SmartShoot, which is based over on the West Coast. And yeah, I just fell in love with this thing. I was like, I'm gonna take photos and videos and I'm gonna get paid peanuts? I'm like, that's great, I'll take peanuts. That's awesome. And then slowly, it was a slow build. You know, I wasn't a billionaire overnight, because that's not the way this thing works. I worked for free, I gave things away, I did all sorts of things just to get my feet wet, to get a feel for it. And then it evolved. You put yourself out there, you put yourself in the right places, you meet the right people, and slowly it just happens. My advice to anybody out there who's looking to get into this field, whether it be photography or filmmaking, is go make. Knock on your buddy's door, see if they need a video for their business. If you've got an uncle or an aunt or whatever it is, and they've got a business, go make a video. Take some photos. If they've got a product, take some photos, give them back. If you have people in your life, take portraits of them. Practice. Take a look at other people's work, maybe mimic their work, and just go make stuff. Just go do it. And then eventually, people will take notice. Whew, that was a tough one. Just dropping by to say hello. Have a nice day. Alexander Sarek, 88. Thanks, man. Hope you're having a great day, too. What did you want to be when you were small? I mean, the obvious answer is I was destined for the NBA. My skills were on point. I was working really hard. And then everybody else grew. And I was still stuck at like 5'9". And everybody grew to like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and I had no shot. What are you using PluralEyes for, and why aren't you using Premiere to sync your footage? Dan's eye view. Thanks, Daniel Nicolaisen, for that question. Honestly, I'm just comfortable with it, and I use it. There's times where I've tried to use it in Premiere, and it just didn't work properly, but I'll revisit. It's part of the learning curve. I'll revisit it and check it out, or call you for help. Thanks. Do you like traveling? From Yes Travel Please. The answer to that is heck yeah, I do. But beyond, I think it's more than travel. What travel is to me is idea generation. When I'm in the plane, looking out the window, ideas are just coming into my brain just non-stop. It's a place of clarity and transition that I really enjoy, which makes this particular time period really, really tough. I don't think I've ever been on the ground this long in my life. It's been a really long time since I've been on a plane. What is the best day you have ever had? Calvin Callie. That's tough. I've had a lot of really good days. Any day that has an espresso, a helicopter, and a dive in it is a winner. And there's one day in particular in the Philippines where all of those things happen in one day. Woke up super early, had a couple coffees, jumped in a helicopter, went for a dive with a bunch of whale sharks, had to jump back in the helicopter, fly back to the hotel, get changed, get in the van, get in the motorcade to go to a dinner party, had an epic dinner party, sang I Love Cebu with a bunch of really good people, and then went to bed. Oh, what a day. What a day. All right, how do you deal with negative thoughts? Just so we're all clear out there, I am not superhuman. Of course I have negative thoughts, and they do enter my brain. But I know what negative thoughts look like, feel like, sound like in my head, and I think about it, chew on it, and then just let them go. Because I know what they are. I know how they make me feel, and I just don't want them in there. Bin them. Get rid of them. I think the trick is figuring out positive things in your life that you can go back to, like safe harbors, where just take yourself to a good place. And whether that means picking up the phone and calling a friend, your mom, your dad, family member, or whatever it might be, or go play basketball, go outside. You need to figure out how you can just like scoot them, just get them out. Get them out. But I'm not superhuman. Of course I have negative thoughts. Last question, what's your wallpaper and why? I can't lie. This thing, that right there, comes with a computer. I haven't done anything to change it. I've always left my computer workspace kind of empty. I like it blank and bland and not with a lot of detail because I'm focusing on the documents that are on it, not necessarily on the image that's on the screen. But I will take that challenge and I'm gonna start to spruce up my wallpaper and I'm gonna use my own photography because I do love the idea of the memories that it brings about. So, thanks, CChick33. I'm gonna change my ways and I'm gonna change that now. We've got a new desktop. Thanks, CChick33. We are on it. And that, my friends, is the end of this Q&A session. If you got questions, ask them. If you like it, like it. If you want to sub, hit that subscription button. But, Taco Burrito, it's a wrap. We are out of here. Have a marvelous weekend, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Peace!